Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. As you can see, I'm in Studio C, which I am on Sundays. And at the end of this video, I will be leaving a inspirational like I do on Sundays. For those of you that are not familiar with my format. Well, today's video is sponsored by Stock Up University or Stock Up U. It'll be the top link below. If you've been investing since 2020, then you need to just download, you need to be a part of the class. Let's keep it moving. Listen, we had the PCE numbers, and the PCE numbers were showing that inflation is still running rapid. And the fear now is will the Fed be more hawkish? Will the Fed actually, instead of 25 basis points, which is priced in to the market right now, I believe the 25 basis points is priced in. There are two Fed that are asking for 50 basis points, Bullard and Master, I believe. Myself, and you may agree or not, please leave me a comment. I believe we should go up 50 basis points. It is time to stop babying it. The market has shown that it's strong enough to handle that. Now you may say, why spook the market like that? So this recession can be over, and I'm still calling it a recession because it will eventually cause us to go into a deeper recession, all right? But it will be a mild recession. And I know you've been hearing a lot about recession. I don't care what these guys are saying. I don't believe that this recession will be as deep, as wide, and as severe as 2008. So this recession represents the deeper recession that is due to come this year. Nobody knows. But you guys know I've been very consistent saying that we have a deeper recession coming. We have another leg down, right? GDP is showing signs again of slowing down. The last 3 months of growth has been less than the prior month, okay? So in the last quarter. So it's showing signs of growing, it's showing signs of slowing GDP. Credit card debt is high, as we know, and savings are going down. And those are all not good. Those are not good things for the market long term. Now, because we've had this bad PCE number, I'm going to see what Monday's market is. So if you are in the East Coast, say New York, tonight at 5 p.m., you could just Google Premarkets, or you can just look at CNN Premarkets, and it will show you what the Premarkets are. It'll show you the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. And you could see what the Premarkets, meaning before the markets open, if they're down or up. Now, those have no bearing on what the opening bell will be on Monday. But if it's down by 300 points, let's say the Dow is down by 300 points, that's a bad sign, okay? But if it's up green after these PCE numbers, I'm going to start looking into that and reading into that, because there's something to be learned from that. We still need to see if the market has priced in these PCE numbers, right? And then I believe it's March 21st and 22nd, we have the FOMC meeting to come. And so we will see what Jerome Powell will do. So far, most of all of the Fed only want to go up 25 basis points, and there's only two. So he probably will just go up 25 basis points. I want to be clear on that. But that can continue well into the summer. So instead of going up 50 basis points, he can go up 25 basis points another 4 times if inflation keeps rearing its ugly head up. Follow? And so I just want you guys to monitor that. Is there money to be made? Yes. I'm trying to see if the market, I'm still in a church parking lot. I'm trying to see if the market is going to have some sort of bounce to it. I may be getting some Tesla options, buy the rumor, sell the news again, and into Tesla Day, which is the first, and I believe it's Wednesday. So I may buy on Monday, depending on what the market is looking like, and I will be out of them before Tesla has its earnings. But I'm going to see what the market is telling us, and I'm going to be monitoring Tesla on Monday. Okay, let me know what you guys are doing. And I know a lot of you guys play the Qs, the SQQs, and the TQQs. I haven't really played that in a while, and I've been making money in other areas. Okay, so be careful, because I do believe, like this past week was a very volatile. I believe this week won't be as volatile as last week. I just believe that we'll just have red days and green days. That's what I see. Okay, but not intraday swings like it is, because we've had all of this data to come out. I mean, soon as one data point come out, there's another one coming out. It's just such a roller coaster with all of the reporting. I wish they would just centralize all of this stuff and just say, at the end of the quarter, here's all of the news. And I know a lot of you guys agree with me. Okay, so I just want to take a few minutes and now switch to inspirational. For those of you that know me, you know I am unapologetically a Christian. And I wanted to say this, or should I say a follower of Christ. I just want to say this, whether you believe in it or not, that there's a scripture in Jeremiah, I believe it is, that says God has a plan for you. God has a plan for you. And no one can get in the way of your plan other than you. Many will try. Things will happen. People tried. Listen, I know a lot of you guys don't believe this, or don't know about this, but I was stabbed. I was shot. I've had, evil people trying to destroy me when I was younger. And but I always knew that I had a purpose. And I always knew that my purpose was predestined. And, God said, I knew you before I formed you into the womb. I knew you. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And I just want you to think about this. When you wake up in the morning and God just breathes breath into your nostrils, and you wake up and you think it's the alarm clock. No, it wasn't. Just think about everything that your body does just daily. Even when you bat your eyes, you're cleaning. Stuff comes in your eyes start batting, it's actually cleaning. When you cut yourself, skin just starts to regenerate. How the balance of the white and the red blood cells running through your veins and your heart pumping and at what rate, and everything is perfectly timed. And you could believe that that's just, it's just something that just happened if you want to, but I just want you to know that it was all by design. And the reason why I'm saying it's all by design, you listening to me right now is by design, and your purpose is by design. God has a plan for you, specifically for you. Everyone has their own DNA. I always like to say DNA, dead now alive. And there's another scripture that says your gift shall make room for you. And I don't care who you are, you have a gift, whether you know it or not. So God's plan for you is not to just work a job, retire, get sick, and die. That's not God's plan for you. You can work your job, you can build your own wealth, and you could start doing whatever it is that God put in you to do that's specifically yours. And we look for big wins all of the time, and sometimes it's just the little wins. There's a young man that's listening to me right now. God just wants you to have a relationship with your kids. And I know, it's rough and you got to deal with the mama and all of that, and just do it. and you know you've been thinking about it, pick up the phone, call, and say, hey, I just want to visit my child. I don't care how long it's been. Your design may just to be, which is a big design, a good dad. You may have had a bad dad or a bad relationship with your father, but he designed you to break that generational curse. Someone that is listening to me, you need to break the financial generational curse that has plagued your family. God has a design for you. God has a plan for you, and he knew you before he formed you in the womb. And I want everybody to receive and believe this. When you wake up in the morning, every morning you wake up, there is a plan and a purpose for your life. And it is more than the state that you're currently in. I need you guys to know that. And you may say, hey, I want to be whatever, a ballerina dancer, opera singer, or I want to, I want to affect kids in a positive way. Then you could do it. Just start where you are. I want to be a blessing to people. I want to help the homeless. You know what? Go take a $10 bill, break it up into ones, and just go and help the homeless with what you have now. Because when you operate in your purpose, then it doesn't matter the size of the scale in what you're doing it in. You will find some gratification, because that's the DNA that God created you and the reason and the purpose that God created you for. Just think about this. Think about when you blow through a red light and you see sometimes accidents. Just think about how many red lights you have driven through in your entire life. And just think about how many accidents that could happen every single second of your life, but don't. And just think about how many times evil forces are coming to cut your bloodline. But your bloodline was preserved through your mother and father, your grandparents, and the ones before them and the ones before them. And just understand that all of the generations before you, God allowed them to live just so you can be here. And then from you to your children. And the reason I'm, really focusing in on that is I want everyone here to believe and receive that God has a plan for you. And he created you the way you are, just the way you are, just so you can be special. And I'm going to leave by saying this. I will forever use my fame to proclaim his name. I will forever use my fame to proclaim his name, because that, I believe, is truly one of the reasons why God allowed you and I to cross paths. Okay? All right. We'll see you next week, good people. And check out the links below. I love you guys. We're going to keep an eye on the market and we'll go from there. All right. I love you guys. Live, love, laugh, learn, and now earn.